Hello, Year 8, and welcome to your ICT lesson. Okay, thank you for those who joined the Zoom live session. Please do join the Zoom live session if you're struggling with any of the subjects that I teach. It's an opportunity for you to ask me any questions, go through anything that you're not sure about, and I think you will find that beneficial. So let's move on to the task for today for our ICT lesson. Now, you should have completed the previous tasks, okay, which was activity 1, 2, and 3 in your folder. Now, today's task, we're going to look at graphics software. So your starter question is, what are graphics? Now, graphics are images, okay? But what we are talking about is computer graphics. So computer graphics are images generated by a computer. What software do we use to create graphics? Now, you have many types of software out there that can create graphics. Even things like Snapchat. Snapchat is a type of software that you can generate graphics. You can see those a lot of those images that you put on there that makes you become a dog and all that type of stuff. There's many out there. Ones that I want you to take note of are Photoshop, Paint, and Corel Draw. Corel Draw is a software that we would normally use in DT, and you will probably be using that in year 8 and 9. And where we can create images. I don't know if you can remember seeing the laser cutter in the DT workshop. Well, we use Corel Draw to draw out the image, and which sends to the laser cutter. So that was the software. Okay, so that's a nice little easy starter for you. Then you move on to activity 1, which is vector and bitmaps. So vector and bitmaps are related to graphics, images, but they are different to each other. Now, bitmaps are made of something called pixels. You probably heard of pixels. And pixels are like little tiny dots. Vectors are not made of pixels, but they are made of like shapes. They're generated with the computer software. So the difference between pixels and there's quite a few differences, but I'm just going to mention some of them. With bitmaps, when you try to enlarge an image, it becomes distorted. Okay, what I mean by distorted, it becomes blurry. With vectors, if you do that, the image, the quality of the image remains the same. With bitmaps, you can have more complicated images. With vectors, you can only have simple images, probably like logos or diagrams. Now, I'm not going to go through too much with that because I will leave the rest for you to go through. But you're going to fill out these missing words here using the keywords across here, which is similar to one of the tasks you've done previously. So all you're going to do is pick out these words, and you can only use them once and put them into the missing sections here. Okay, and then your final activity is activity 2, the difference between bitmap and vector. I already mentioned some of the differences. Now I want you to research more differences between bitmaps and vectors. Give me a bit of detail, any of the differences you find. Try to find at least 4 or 5 differences. I already mentioned 2 or 3. So try to find about 3 or 4 differences. That is your task for today. Don't worry about activity 3. All you have to do, if you look at screen graphics software, complete the starter, fill out activity 1, fill in the blanks using the keywords, and then activity 2, you're talking about the differences between vector and bitmap. If you have any questions, please do contact me. Thank you for listening.